Module 2. Understanding the legal rights of artisans. Module Overview. Every artisan, whether a carpenter, tailor, mechanic, welder, plumber, painter, or electrician, has fundamental legal rights that protect them in the course of their work. Unfortunately, many artisans remain unaware of these rights, making them vulnerable to exploitation, unfair treatment, and financial losses. This module seeks to empower artisans with knowledge of their legal entitlements, explain the frameworks that govern their work, and highlight practical steps for defending their rights in everyday business operations. 1. What are legal rights for artisans? Legal rights for artisans are statutory, contractual, and constitutional protections that ensure they are treated fairly in all business dealings. These rights cover right to fair wages and timely payment for services rendered, right to safe working conditions and respect for their craft, right to enter into binding contracts with clients and enforce such contracts in case of disputes. 2. Categories of legal rights for artisans. A. Contractual rights. The right to negotiate and agree on the terms of service before work begins. Right to written agreements instead of purely verbal arrangements. Right to request advance payment or deposit as part of contract terms. Right to clear payment timelines and defined consequences for delays. B. Economic rights. The right to be paid fairly according to industry standards. Protection from underpayment or wage exploitation. Right to demand compensation for extra work not originally included in the contract. Access to small business loans, cooperative societies, or legal support programs. C. Workplace rights. Right to work in a safe and conducive environment, e.g., adequate lighting, protective gear, fair workload. Protection from harassment, abuse, or intimidation by clients or employers. Freedom from forced labor or slavery-like conditions. D. Intellectual property rights. An artisan who designs a unique pattern, furniture style, clothing design, or invention has a right to protect it from copying, recognition and credit for original work, legal ownership of creative works unless otherwise agreed in a contract. E. Consumer and client relations rights. Right to be respected as a professional and not treated as just a laborer. Right to be consulted and involved in decisions affecting the project. Right to refuse unfair terms or walk away from exploitative clients. 3. Why many artisans lose their rights. Ignorance of the law. Many artisans have never been trained in legal literacy. Verbal contracts. Over-reliance on gentlemen's agreements instead of written contracts. Intimidation by clients. Some artisans fear they will lose business if they demand their rights. Lack of union or collective support. Many artisans operate in isolation. Limited access to lawyers. Legal services are often seen as expensive or unnecessary. 4. Case scenarios. Illustrations. A tailor makes a wedding gown, but the bride refuses to pay because she claims she found a cheaper option elsewhere. If the tailor had a written contract stating no refunds after production begins, the case could be defended legally. A carpenter builds furniture but is underpaid by the client. With evidence of agreement, he can demand full payment. An auto mechanic designs a special modification for vehicles, but another shop copies the idea. If protected under intellectual property laws, he can claim ownership rights. 5. Protecting and enforcing artisan rights. Always request written agreements before beginning work. Keep records, invoices, receipts, text messages, or even voice notes that serve as proof. Belong to professional associations or trade unions that defend members' rights. Seek legal advice when in doubt, even from community-based legal aid centers. Use small claims courts, arbitration panels, or mediators when disputes arise. 6. Practical steps for artisans to uphold their rights. Educate yourself on the basic laws protecting workers and small businesses. Standardize contracts for your services. Create templates for common jobs. Set clear payment milestones, e.g., deposit before work, balance on delivery. Refuse exploitation. It is better to lose a client than to work under abusive conditions. Document everything. Pictures of work progress, signed agreements, receipts, and client correspondence. Register your business formally, CAC in Nigeria, for instance, to gain legal recognition and protection.